Hey everyone, I want to share with you how to create a virtual classroom using Google Slides. The first thing that you have to do is to open your Google Drive or your Gmail and then go to the Google Apps and look for the Slides icon. You open Slides presentation by clicking File and click New Presentation. Okay, so this one is pre-made already, so I already have here the slides. So it's easy for me to walk you through. After that, you have to choose background for your classroom. Okay, so go to background and then click choose image. You have to type transparent wall and floor backgrounds in the image search tab, and then it will give you lots of choices. So I chose this wall and floor background, and then you have to click insert. Okay, done. And then here it is. So after um, choosing your wall and floor, you have to think of a whiteboard. You have to search for a whiteboard image. Okay, so you can also look here. Go to insert image. You can either upload from computer, search the web, use your Google Drive, or go to Google Drive if ever you already have a whiteboard image. You can also use photos. You can search by URL or you can upload from your camera. So since I don't have one, for example, I went to the web and searched for transparent whiteboard and then I inserted it and here it is. Okay? So in in choosing the image, by the way, you can resize it. Okay? For example, you want to resize it. You can move it. Okay? You can even rotate the image, either clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever you decide, okay? And once you already have your wall and floor, you already have your whiteboard, don't forget to add furniture. Same thing as what you did with inserting image for wall and floor and whiteboard, you also have to look for, okay, transparent table. And for example, for me, I chose transparent table and shelf for my furniture. You can either choose sofa or stool and so on. And then after that, you're ready to decorate the walls. Since I'm science teacher, I want to make my classroom, my virtual classroom, look like a lab room. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that it will look like um, a laboratory room, okay, like in face to face. So I chose images of shelf that has chemicals in it in containers and then glasswares. I also inserted physics book image, okay, radiation symbol, and then some of my favorite scientists, Einstein and Newton. After decorating the wall, okay, you're now ready to insert links. Since this is a classroom, you're going to imagine that you're ready. You're always ready to present using your whiteboard. Your whiteboard should be interactive. Okay, so how do you do that? You can insert links. Okay, for example, okay, this was pre-made, so I wanna delete that first. So you'll see how I did it. Okay. For example, I wanna insert there physics unpacked document. Physics unpacked document is our essential standards that we follow through the semester. Okay. And then since I already have one here, I'm going to copy and paste that address. you have to highlight that, right click, and go to link. Okay, and then you have to paste that address and click apply. Okay, so when you present this to your students, for example, you're discussing it in the first day of school, you'll just click it and go over it as if you're presenting in front of them. So you don't need to write a lot of stuff. You just hyperlink it on the text box that you wrote on your whiteboard. Okay, and then you can add more. You can customize. You can add as many as you can that are relevant and meaningful. For example, for me, I added the physics course syllabus. I added supply list, the lab safety rules, my class Instagram. I have their learning profile, so I could check their learning styles, and then I also have a link for website where they could use for their own self-paced tutorial. You can substitute this for your modules, for your classes, and so on. And I also have like a checking of prior knowledge for first chapter, which is scientific method, for example, and the actual notes. So you can add everything that you want on whiteboard and hyperlink them. Okay. Also, you can add your Bitmoji to personalize and animate. Okay. Say that one was speaking, this one is entering, and actual teaching. Aside from that, you can also make your slides animated, or you can add lots of extensions apps like Slido, or you can use Creator Studio to make video, for example. You can make GIF, you can create slidecast, and so on. So it's up to you. You can be creative and enjoy your virtual classroom by adding everything that you wanted. Okay. So for example, this is the actual virtual classroom that I want to go over. For example, uh, say my lesson is all about motion. Okay. The first thing that I want to do with my students, for example, in the virtual classroom, is to show them a KWL of speed, velocity, and acceleration. For example, I want to know their prior knowledge and what speed is, velocity, and acceleration. Okay, so they are going to write whatever comes into their minds. Okay, when they hear the word speed, velocity, acceleration, they can share what they know already. And then under the W column, what they want to know. Okay, and then in the third column, they have to write here what they learned after the lesson. Okay, so I will just let them leave this blank. And of course, this is shareable because this is Google Docs. So my students can interact here in Google Classroom. And then after that, I can just let them watch a video. Okay, so the way I will present the lesson is in a form of a PBS video on motion in one dimension. Okay, so that's one dimension kinematics, for example. So they will watch a video. And then I can also let them jam, okay, using Jamboard app. I want to open this. I want them to graph motion using Jamboard. Okay, for example, I pre-made this already. So I have here charts of car A and car B, and then they're going to make a graph, okay, using Jamboard. That's another example of interactive assignment that I can incorporate in my virtual classroom. And then for homework, okay, I will give them assignment using Google Maps. For example, I want them to calculate or determine the total distance and displacement from their house to school, and they're going to use their own scale. Okay, So using Google Docs, Google Jamboard, and Google Slides, I am able to make my virtual classroom interactive and realistic. So this is like a consolidation of everything that's free using Google Apps. Okay, so this is how my virtual classroom will look like if I'm actually teaching the unit lesson on motion. And I will also write there the deadline for all the assignments and then what clarifying objective I have. And of course, the physics essential standard is always there. And then on my wall, I also added groups and then the lab contract. So those are all hyperlinked to documents. So this is how I will be doing my virtual classroom during our remote learning. Hope you learned from this simple walkthrough. And I will always put there the websites where I got ideas or pictures, everything that I used in my presentation. Okay, thank you.